everyone, and welcome to Championship Lanes here in Anderson, Indiana for the Indiana Masters. We're down to the title match. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee here bringing you all the action. And Mike, a star-studded final here at Championship Lanes for the 2024 Masters. And let's talk about the guy qualified in the 2 seed, Zach Wiedman, who's looking for his second Masters title.
Well, Zach, obviously a great player, has had a lot of success or some success on the national tour, but here he is again, the number 1 seed going in after qualifying today, which last time he won in 2020, I believe it was, he was the same position, was the number 1 seed, but he had to come through the loser's bracket today to get there.
Well, he's going to take on a guy who's not only undefeated, but he's hungry for his first Masters title, and that is Indianapolis native Jimmy Cook. He's got 2 wins here in the state, but it comes from a different tournament, the Indiana Scratch Classic.
Yeah, he won twice, 2012 and 2020 won the Indiana Scratch Classic again. So he needs this one. This is the one he doesn't have. And he is the only person that qualified in today's qualifier to get there, the only one left. And but he's the number 1 seed. He has to be beaten twice by Zach. So, the last 8 guys was the murderer's row. Now we're down to the top 2, and these 2 guys, either one could win. Either one deserves to win. It's a toss-up.
How critical, as we go to the championship pair on lanes 9 and 10, they haven't been bowled on for a while. How critical is it to get lined up right away, because no practice shots on the championship pair?
No, it's going to be huge. Those first 2 shots, that first frame and second frame, are going to be their first 2 shots, basically practice balls, so that they got to get lined up on those first 2 shots. And if you don't make a good shot, then it's delayed down another frame. So Jimmy Cook's got an extra match if he needs it, because he has to be beaten twice. So a lot of pressure on Zach Wiedman to come out there and get lined up quick.
Regardless, history about to be made right here from Championship Lanes in Anderson at the 2024 Masters. We'll be back with laneside interviews with both competitors right after this.
When you bowl a ton of games on tour like I do, it's all about comfort and feel. That's why I choose Big 4 socks.
Find Big 4 socks at a pro shop near you or online at big4socks.com.
All right, and we're back, and I'm here with Zach Wiedman, who's getting ready to bowl the title match against Jimmy Cook. Zach, so far today, you were the qualifying leader, but you had to come through the loser's bracket to get there, and I know you've changed equipment a couple times here, and now you're into a different look than you had earlier. What's going to happen in this match?
Yeah, so I tried to stick with urethane as long as I could, hit one bad pair with it, and it sent me to the loser's bracket. Was able to get through a couple more matches with it just to stay safe. Made the big move in, and that's where I'm going to stick for this match, so hopefully it's good enough to beat Jimmy twice.
Well, great moves, and good luck to you.
Thanks, Mike.
Out is our qualifying leader in the number 1 spot. Jimmy Cook won the winner's bracket, but now you got to win 1 match. For a title you don't have, you got 2 Scratch Classics, Indiana Scratch Classics. What are you feeling for you going into this match?
Well, honestly, it's not at your centers, and they've been good. This center's been rough. I'll be honest with you, you're bowling in one center, but it's like 4 different centers the way they cross. You got guys throwing urethane, you got guys throwing scuff. Like, it comes down to spares. At this part of the matches, I mean, I'm bowling a PBA guy that, he's been very successful. You got to keep it in play and make good shots. So that's what we're waiting on.
Jimmy, good luck to you in this final game or 2 games, whatever it turns out to be, but best of luck. Great job so far.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks, Mike. And, wow, you can't what a day for the sport of bowling. Not only do we have a marquee matchup here at the Indiana Masters between Jimmy Cook and Zach Wiedman, but obviously in Indianapolis at the PBA U.S. Open, what a Final 5 they have. But, man, What a day for, I just mentioned, Mike, what a day for the sport of bowling here in the state of Indiana.
No, Indiana's been very fortunate through the years, not only the players that have come through here, but the tournaments that have come through here. And but today was just an awesome field. Boy, it was what a battle all day. I mean, Zach went from changing equipment to angles to, the leader to the loser's bracket, and he's fought his way back for an opportunity. Same way with Jimmy. He's fought through some tough matches, was able to get there. Now he's earned the right to have to be beaten twice, and it's going to be tough. But boy, two great competitors.
And let's look at it this way too: is Jimmy's coming off kind of a little bit of a foot injury,
Yes.
and he hasn't bowled much in the last 3 or so months, and to come into this field and run the table undefeated to the title match, I mean, that's just absolutely incredible.
Well, he looks good. He looks rested. Mentally, he looks sharp. And, it's a matter, as we talked about all day, it's a very tough condition, very important to shot making. And this, where they've had a little bit of a break now, and there's no practice balls. So their practice balls are their first and second frame. So it's going to be tough, and it's going to be important, those first frames.
Yeah, and again, you're right. This pair has not been bowled on in a while either.
It's been a while.
Been several rounds since it's seen any action, and so they're going to be a little bit different, maybe a little bit tighter in what the bowlers see, and we're in for a treat, though. But Zach Wiedman, all the pressure's on him right now because Jimmy's got a game to play with. Zach's got to beat Jimmy twice.
Yeah, and that with Jimmy, he's never won this one, and this is the one he wants. So there's a lot of pressure out there for both. But you're right, he does have a little bit of a leeway.
And now our first shot of the championship match, left lane, lane 9. Ball hooks a little bit more than maybe what he was expecting. You're going to have really fresh back ends.
Yeah, that was a good crisp shot. Yeah, no, it was a good shot. Tough spare. But like you said, those first two frames are going to be what's going to tell what they're going to need to do and what moves they need to make.
Well, and one of the toughest spare attempts you'll have, the 3, 6, 9, 10 here. Frame number 1, the championship match of the Indiana Masters right here on Savage Bowling TV. We thank you for sticking around with us all afternoon. And he didn't like it off the hand,
Nope.
and that's an open frame. But if you're gonna do that, first frame is where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And now the young man from Indianapolis, the former Purdue bowler in college, now PBA member, PBA pro, and coming off a really good week, even though he didn't make the top 24, but he was right there one spot out, but he had a really good solid showing at the U.S. Open here, and now trying to get his second Masters title.
Well, and that's about the third or fourth solid 9 we've seen from Zach in the last 2 matches. Yeah, great shot to start. So you figure there's one leg up. Jimmy's given him an opening in the first frame, but now he's lined up on one of the lanes already. So we'll see what after Zach picks this 9-pin up, then he's got to go and see if he can get one started on the left lane.
All right, tough break here to start, though. Another 9-pin, but good easy spare to get your game started with, and he makes it. And let's thank our sponsors here of the Indiana Masters and all of the Indiana State USBC events. Brands of Brunswick, Big 4 Socks, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, and A1 Automotive. Want to thank their contributions to make this broadcast possible here on Savage Bowling TV. And now Zach Wiedman here, stepping up on the left lane, lane 9, working on a spare. Oh, get out of there, 10-pin, and it does.
It's a good break, good shot. Could have easily have struck, but Zach's got to feel pretty good about that shot, knowing that at least what the lane's doing and it's something he can read off of and continue to make adjustments. But good start for Zach.
Very easily could have been a double to start his match.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
you have 2 easy spares,
Yeah.
makes them both, and now Jimmy
you're in the
could.
pocket. Yeah, you're in your pocket. Jimmy needs to hopefully get a shot here that he can read off of and see if that's where he's used to playing, and it looks like it is. I mean, it seems like Zach was able to pretty much step in there and do that and hit the pocket.
And you're right, important shot here for Jimmy. You're trying to get acclimated to this pair as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
And here he is working on an open frame, second frame. Oh, comes in light and mixes them up for a strike.
Yep. Good shot. I mean, even the first shot looked good. It just wanted to jump on him a bit, but see where he moves on this one. This is a crucial one because the ball really broke loose and snapped on the back end. You don't want to move too far, but you got to move enough. So this will be an interesting shot, and this one would be a double to get him back in the match.
I want to thank our friends from Lane Talk for providing the scoring here on your TV screen for the championship match and all of match play, and definitely want to thank them, and also want to thank High Five Gear for becoming the official apparel provider of Savage Bowling TV. Looking for apparel for your bowling tournaments and teams and whatever, go to High Five Gear and get your stuff. Excited about our partnership here in the future.
Beautiful shot, by Jimmy Cook. Beautiful shot.
And I think he just showed Zach Wiedman that.
I
found it pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, which is good for both of them. But that puts them back in within striking distance. And Zach just wants to keep making the shots he's been making.
Exactly.
Oh, solid 10. Good shot, but once again, he's hitting the pocket, but he wants to find a way to start the strike. Good spare by Zach.
I believe, pretty sure Zach Wiedman is throwing the radical hitter. We're going to find out, too, exactly what ball Jimmy has gone to here in this championship match. It looks like he's throwing the same ball that he bowled TJ in the finals of the winner's bracket. And
there it is.
Great
That's
shot. He could easily have the first four.
Yeah, 6 took the 10 out there. Great shot.
We found out that Jimmy is throwing the Hammer Envy Tour. And both balls very similar to one another. Very controllable.
Yeah, Jimmy, the ball looks pretty clean going down there and has plenty of left over at the back end.
Oh, great shot.
That was,
boy, Jimmy looks
he looks
so
really solid,
focused, doesn't
really
he?
solid. He is now taking the lead.
He is focused and determined. This is the, like you said earlier, Mike, this is the title that Jimmy has wanted for a long time.
Looking at the scores and just the look of where the ball's going and how it's moving on the lane, it's gotten much cleaner, much more predictable than we saw much earlier in the day. But we're also looking at the two that figured it out the best.
All right,
A little extra time, yeah.
Yep.
Big shot, though.
Oh, man, he is.
Little quick with the feet. Looked like it might break a little early, but boy, he got through it good. Good shot. Good shot.
Well, and he has definitely made a little bit of an adjustment off that 3-6-9-10 he left in the first frame.
Most definitely.
Kind of got an idea of where the ball was going to hook from, and he's migrated a little left to that spot, and man, he has been locked in since the second frame.
Zach has yet to miss the pocket, so looking for that double. Beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot.
Yep, great shot. Zach can throw the heat right back to Jimmy here.
Well, he can cut the deficit to 1 here with the strike in the 7th. I'm sure.
Yeah, he's definitely made the right move when he changed his angles and equipment.
I'm sure Addie and Zach's daughter watching on live stream here. And
Did you see that ball? The ball kind of checked up down the lane. That was just, I thought he had it in the right zone. It looks like he threw it good. It just wanted to wiggle just a hair.
Yeah, 2-8-10 in a most inopportune time here. Important to get 2. Two the hard way.
Well, but that too, you know, that's, you've seen that one come back across there, so he gave every opportunity to get that spare.
Boy, and it looked good off the hand.
Yeah, it really did. But you saw it down the lane just kind of do that little wiggle.
Well, now Jimmy knows just how big this shot here in the 6th is.
Yeah, he can make it real difficult with a couple strikes right here.
Again, want to thank everyone for watching here on Savage Bowling TV. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee in the broadcast booth, Chad Lester, our engineer. Here we go, 6th frame. Oh, and he trips the 4 for a 5-bagger.
What a great shot. That wasn't your typical trip 4 either. That ball was almost, it was such a steep angle that it was almost a solid 7 from where the pin comes across, but the 4 was still there.
Well,
great shot.
Fans, you can go back to the 2020 broadcast of the Indiana Scratch Classic when Jimmy won that, and his look was so good, and he executed at such a high level. This is reminiscent of his run at the 2020 Scratch Classic at your home center there, Mike, your bowling center, Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette.
Yeah, Jimmy's played well, but so far today, I mean, what a move off that first frame, and then, you know, to throw a 5-bagger here, but this is a big shot in the match right here.
This for a 46-pin lead. Oh, and he gets it. Man, he is locked in.
5-pin didn't have a chance, and what a great shot. And now he's distancing himself from Zach, and now's the point where Zach just, he has to strike.
You're
he
right.
needs strikes to get back in.
He has. And it just shows you, Mike, just care what your accomplishments are. There's not many bowlers in this state better than Zach Wiedman, but it's just so hard to defeat somebody twice.
Oh, 4-pin. And, you know, Zach's been all around the pocket, and it's still hard to explain why that last one wiggled to leave the 2-8-10, but he's still in the pocket, still getting there. But I'll tell you, Jimmy Cook has been one of the strongest bowlers in the state for years, and obviously by his record and that. But, you know, come in off an injury and all those things, I mean, he is putting one heck of a day in today. But it's not over.
It's not over. But Zach needs to get one right here. 223 max score for Zach Wiedman. Jimmy on about a 240 pace right now. And Zach needs to strike, but he's going to have to get some help too at some point.
You need help, but you need help, but you got to strike, or you need strikes, or you got to help. Either one, you got to make things happen. Without the strikes, it's not going to matter.
Oh, Messenger. No. 10-pin.
See that? I mean, that looked almost like the same shot as last time. It's just it didn't wiggle.
Yeah.
But boy, it come in steep.
Just frustrating game
He's
right
been in
now
the
for
pocket.
Zach.
Yeah, all over the place in this one.
One. I wouldn't even call it a mistake. One weird reaction.
No, it was really, yeah.
Good off the hand.
Unexplainable.
He leaves at 2-8-10 out of nowhere, but you look at his game: 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, stone 8, wrap 10. I mean, just absolutely a fantastic game here. But Jimmy Cook, all the stars are aligning right now for Jimmy in this title match.
This is in his hands. I mean, he can pretty much take it right here.
frame. 6 in a row here. Oh.
Big break.
Oh, big break.
Yeah.
Almost a
Looks
7-10.
like just a hair soft with that one, just a little soft. But, in the end, he could have struck almost, but a big break getting that knocked down to just a 10 pin.
You know, he looks so in control, Mike, because the mannerisms, the arm swing looks very confident and comfortable, and make this spare here, and you're well on your way. He still would be in a 230 pace.
He's got some leeway here if he could just fill frames. Yeah, good spare.
Good spare here. Now 9th frame, and
it's interesting to watch Jimmy because he's very deliberate with everything he does until he throws the ball. I mean, he's deliberate how he sets up, he's deliberate as his approach, but boy, he at the bottom of the swing, he's just all confidence.
just a few frames away here, potentially from crowning a champion here. Jimmy looking for his first Masters title, his 3rd state title. Well on his way to a Hall of Fame career. 9th frame. Left lane. Oh, stoned 9 pin. You know, Zach Wiedman knows what that feels like, doesn't he?
You know, that was that, but you didn't really see the ball cut through the pins and leave the 9. That was like everything parted, and there it was. It's like, wow, what a shot. Great shot. You know, watching these two players, this is why the state of Indiana is so strong in bowling, because two bowlers like Jimmy Cook and Zach Wiedman. I mean, it's exciting to watch, and like I said, we are so fortunate here in Indiana.
All right. Cover this, and you're well on your way to finally achieving what you wanted to do here, and that is a Masters title.
Yeah, and now all he has to do is he doesn't even have to mark in the 10th now.
Qualifying in the 38th position here on Saturday. Had to bowl 2 more games Sunday morning just to get into match play. On a great shot. What a game by Zach Wiedman, though. Zach winning this title back in 2020. But, you know, you're never satisfied. You always want more. And when you get to this chance or this opportunity, and to bowl at the level that he has in this game.
Well, but I think Zach showed the talent he has, and that was being the tournament leader, obviously, but then getting knocked out halfway through the rounds today, and then, you know, finding a way to continue to go to win the losers bracket. But the big thing was changing the equipment with like 3 rounds to go or 4 rounds to go, and just totally switching what you were doing and getting himself to this position. It's a good tournament by Zach. Just as disappointing as I'm sure, but the match was already wrapped up there in the 10th frame. He couldn't have done anything to really. He could put some pressure on Jimmy, but Jimmy gets to have a victory lap here.
The crowd with a nice little applause there from Zach Wiedman. No, the 180 does not reflect the level that he bowled in this match. But Jimmy Cook, ladies and gentlemen, finally has the title that he's looking for. Your 2024 Indiana Masters champion, and that is his 3rd state title here with 2 Scratch Classics. And inside, he doesn't show a whole lot of motion on the outside, but on the inside, he is one ecstatic player. And we'll be back with the interview, the prize money and all, and the trophy as your champion, Jimmy Cook, here on Savage Bowling TV. We'll be back right after this.
If you're ready to take your game to the next level, trust the guys with over 20 PBA Tour titles and RT Tour experience to improve your game. Ball layouts for the best feel and to maximize your game. The top names in bowling: Motive, Brunswick, Hammer, Radical, Storm, Roto Grip, and more in stock. Get tips and lessons from PBA stars Mike Devaney and Ronnie Russell. When you're ready to invest in your bowling game, go to RT Tour Experience with 2 locations: Inside Pinheads and Fishers and All-Star Bowl in Indianapolis.
Keep your vehicle running like new. Stop by A1 Automotive to get an honest rundown of what your vehicle needs or doesn't need. It's all part of their no pressure, no upsell environment. Find them online at a1cardoctors.com or stop in today right off Coliseum across from Tractor Supply. A1 Automotive.
And we're back here at the 2024 Indiana Masters Tournament at Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. We've got a wonderfully new champion, first time to win the Masters, the two-time Indiana Scratch Classic winner, Jimmy Cook. Jimmy, how's it feel to have that first Masters?
This is that's what we come to. I mean, this is our biggest tournament of the year, being part of the Indianapolis or Indiana bowling community. I'm going to be honest with you, there's a lot of greats in the state. You being the master of most of them and all of them, but this is what we live for.
Well, it's a great job, and I got a couple more questions for you, but I think let's have some fun. Mr. Bill Kendall, President, USBC, you got some fun stuff here for Jimmy. What do you got?
I do. At this time, on behalf of the Indiana State Bowling Association, it's my pleasure to present you with the big trophy.
Oh, my eagle.
Yes. Usually I would like to present you with a big check, but instead I'm going to present you with the real check that you can spend.
Well, thank you. They cash it across the street. No, I'm just messing with it.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Jimmy.
Bill.
Good
Sorry it's an hour late.
Well, that's all right. I did say 4 o'clock, but 5 o'clock makes it good.
Thank you, Bill. Great job.
Great job.
Jimmy, you had a great tournament all week, obviously, but today you were the last one left with about 4 rounds to go from this morning's squad. You made a lot of adjustments. You battled through. You shot 237, I believe, the last game, or 247. Was that your highest game of today?
I believe so. Every round it got a little better. I got a little looser. You got to have breaks in this tournament, or any tournament for that matter. If anybody could sit up here and say they didn't take advantage of the breaks, I mean, you got to have them. Circle, his group of guys, ladies that work here, they're magnificent. It's the best ran tournament in the state, but they're always challenging. So the biggest thing is always make your spares. Well, if you're leaving splits, you don't make them. So you got to try to throw it the best you can. It's always a grind. We have some of the best talent in the Midwest. I'd put our state against most of the states. I mean, these guys have bowled all week at Woodland, and I started bowling 3 weeks ago in league. I mean, it is what it is. I'm grateful. I love these guys. It's a big family.
Well, congratulations again. You defeated one of our top champions here in the state of Indiana, Zach Wiedman, which adds more to the excitement of winning this tournament. But it's your first, coming off an injury. We're so proud of you, what you did. Great playing today, and what a great finish. Congratulations on the 2024 Indiana State Masters.
Thank you, Scott, Chad, everybody back there. You guys are top-notch. This one, the one at your center in November, we love them. Thank you guys for everybody that's involved. Go bowling.
Congratulations, and we'll be right back. Great job.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, welcome back here to the booth here at the Indiana State Masters, Savage Bowling TV. Mike Albee, Scott Gilmore here. What an exciting match where Jimmy Cook comes out victorious, his first Masters championship, but his third state title, and really just an impressive weekend for Jimmy all around.
Yeah, and you know what? We saw T.J. Schmidt, Zach Wiedman, Jimmy Cook, first-class guys. And it just you would have felt happy for any one of them that would have won. It means a lot to Jimmy, obviously. It means a lot to all of them. But I just can't tell you how proud I am of being part of the state of Indiana and what these guys show and do and what everybody does. But, yeah, great day for Jimmy Cook. He deserved it.
And really Zach Wiedman, who was trying to make history from the standpoint of becoming a third two-time winner of this event. I'm sure he's hanging his head, but man, did he bowl a fantastic game in the title match.
He bowled a fantastic game. He didn't get rewarded for the shots he threw, but I was so impressed by, you're the tournament leader and you get knocked out, in the with like 4 or 5 rounds to go, or not knocked out, but you get knocked to the losers bracket, and then to come back in and win the losers bracket, but with about 3 rounds to go, he made that move from urethane to reactive to changing different parts of the lane. Phenomenal, and that's why he's that good.
Well, that's going to wrap things up here from Championship Lanes. We'll be back on the air in just 2 short weeks right here for the Indiana High School Bowling State Finals. That's going to be an exciting telecast.
Oh, yeah, always is.
Well, Mike, we appreciate your time and joining us today in what was a fantastic Indiana Masters. It never disappoints. But that's all from Anderson here at Championship Lanes. Once again, your champion is Jimmy Cook.